everybody, Crafting Journey here, that journey chick on Instagram. Welcome to Crafting and Crime Daily. So if you haven't guessed, it's a wintry, blustery day outside, and I have tasked the like button with shoveling snow. But won't he be surprised, because we're not going to get any snow. What? No snow, just below zero temperatures. Yeah, coffee's good this morning. And please consider subscribing, and don't forget the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of Crafting and Crime Daily. Yes. How are you guys? It is Wednesday. It's halfway through the week. And it doesn't feel like it because I didn't work on Monday. It was a holiday. So, yeah. So tomorrow I will actually be going physically into the office for the first time in a very long time. I kind of stretched it out, all those days home. Yeah, but I'm feeling better. Now, Jean, I don't know, she still lays in bed all day long. So I don't know. I thought she was better. She ate a cheeseburger last night. I don't know. I mean, I've heard that in some cases it's like this. I know with one of my other friends, she's been in bed for 9 days. So, it just breaks my heart. Yeah. Anyway, because I can't do anything for her. Anyway, here, Jean. Yes. So, where are we going from here? Oh, let's talk about this day in history. Or we could do the planner first. Yeah. Let's do the planner. I'm looking for a pen. I didn't put this stuff away, but I didn't even show you guys what I did yesterday. It wasn't anything like to write home about. Just put some stickers in there. Let me find a pen. I found the pen. It's inside my Crafting and Crime notebook. Yes. This is the one my sister got me for Christmas. I love it. So, I gotta tell you though, last night Cheryl and I did the Yum Box. So I'm gonna put that in here. We did our Yum Box. Something we do once a month. Yum Box. Take a look at that. I'll have it in the eye if you want to watch it on the replay. We went to Poland, and I was pleasantly surprised. Everything in the box was delicious, and I found out that they like their gnomes in Poland. Yeah, I just put Poland on my bucket list because, well, you got to watch it to find out why I would want to go there. Yeah, okay, Yum Box. Yesterday was National Winnie the Pooh Day. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. And we talked about, I don't remember, this day in history. I have a very bad memory. Short-term memory is escaping me. I think that's old age, yeah. And then today is National Popcorn Day. Popcorn. We're going to talk about popcorn. Okay, that's all I have to put in my planner for today. Let's talk about popcorn. Oh my gosh. Please put down in the comments if you don't like popcorn, because I don't think I've ever met a person that doesn't like popcorn. It is the greatest snack, day or night. And come to think of it, there was no popcorn in the Yum Box last night, which is very unusual because popcorn is loved around the world. It dates back to at least the 16th century when the Aztecs discovered that if it was heated up, it would form these little blooms. It started becoming popular in the U.S. in the late 1800s when a gentleman discovered, he invented a machine that would pop the popcorn. And then by early 1900, he had taken this machine and he put it on a horse-drawn carriage, and he would take these horse-drawn carriages with the popcorn all through the streets of Chicago. How cool is that? But at the same time, Louise Ruckheim invented caramel popcorn. She found a way to add caramel and peanuts, and guess what we call it now? Cracker Jack. And then shortly after that, baseball adopted their song, Buy Me Some Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back. Ooh, root, root, root for the Marlins. Okay, oh, sorry. I used to live in Florida. I love the Marlins. The home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Now, if I go to a ball game, I don't want Cracker Jacks. I want a hot dog. Yep, that's just my thing. I don't eat popcorn at the ballpark. Now, where do we eat popcorn? At the movies. It has become a staple at the movies. And for years, people could not figure out how to get these expensive machines, that because they were very expensive to make this popcorn. So they would sell the popcorn out in the streets so you could buy it before you went into the movie theater. And then finally somebody said, I'm going to put one of these in my movie theater. I know it's expensive, but I'm going to do it. He puts it in his movie theater and quickly recoups all the money that he paid for that popcorn machine. So everybody realized, it's worth paying this money to have your popcorn inside, hot buttered popcorn. Who doesn't go to the movies and have hot butter popcorn and add stuff to it? Like, do you add stuff to yours? I like the kettle corn, I don't know what that stuff is. It's probably terrible for you, but the kettle corn stuff that goes all over the popcorn. Love that. Not necessarily I don't like it when they go shh with the butter. Whoosh. No, thank you. I think it's disgusting. I just want regular popcorn with some of that kettle corn stuff on it. Love it. And when I'm at the movie theaters, I got to chase it down with some Milk Duds, of course. There goes Stitch. Then everything changed when the microwave oven came out. Yep. They actually used popcorn when they were developing the microwave oven because it helped them to test it out. So they would actually use the popcorn, and now we have microwave. I don't know any other way of making it except in a popcorn in the microwave. Now my sister for Christmas got like an air popcorn thing. She hasn't used it yet. I'm curious how that tastes. I heard it's better for you, so we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, that is all I have to say about popcorn. Let's talk about crafting and crime daily. Yeah, yesterday was a really interesting day at the Chandler Holderson trial. But before we get to that, the other trial that I said I was going to talk about is the Theodore Edgecomb trial. This is the trial where he is being charged with first-degree murder. He shot another man that he said ran him off the road when he was riding his bicycle. They had been in an altercation where he had reached in a vehicle and punched the man in the face. The guy gets out of the vehicle, confronts him, and he shoots him and kills him. So that trial did get underway yesterday. Kind of, sort of. The trial started off with Theodore Edgecomb pleading guilty to 2 of the 3 charges. There were 2 other charges, bail jumping and a misdemeanor of some sort. So he pled guilty to those. Unrelated, different, not related to this case at all. So in this case, he's charged with murder. So they proceeded into jury selection. The judge brought up 50 people for jury selection. Unfortunately, somehow, some of the jurors were shown on a live stream. Now, I'm sure it was taken down, but the judge said he threw out all the jurors. He sent them all home. He said he would start over today with a fresh set of 50 jurors. So I will keep you up to date on jury selection in that case. Now, back to the Chandler Holderson case. This is a case where Chandler has been charged with murdering his parents. We still don't know why. That has not yet kind of revealed itself. It will. And people in the chat, there's always a chat that goes next to the live stream of the trial. And the people in the chat are saying, why didn't he just move out? I agree. Why didn't he just move out? I don't know. If you're unhappy with your parents, move. You're 23 years old. Get the heck out of the house. So, yeah, yesterday, kind of a long day. So it started out with a firearms examiner. Ooh, yeah. So remember the rifle that they found in the barn? I'll put a picture here. Yes, they compared that with the bullet fragments that were found in the torso of Brett Holderson, the father, and they were a match. Surprise, surprise. Okay, then the next witness was a footwear examiner. Yes. So she found footprints that were on, remember there are two tarps. There was a tarp that was found in the barn. They're calling that the barn tarp. Then there was another tarp found in the garbage can. Now the tarp in the barn had Brett Holderson's DNA on it. The tarp in the garbage can had his mother's DNA on it. Well, they also had footprints on it, the one in the garbage can. So this footprint expert was able to get a clean print of a shoe, and so she was able to match it up. She's got known standards of all different kinds of tennis shoes, sneakers, shoes in general, and she was able to narrow it down to a Brooks sneaker. So they went into the house. Remember all those sneakers? They found the Brooks sneakers. She was able to match them to this footprint. So yes, Chandler wore his Brooks sneakers when he put Mom into the tarp. The other thing they had was a fingerprint examiner. She found fingerprints. There was duct tape, yellow duct tape, on the tarp that was in the garbage can. They were able to find fingerprints on that did match Chandler Holderson's fingerprints. Not looking good for Mr. Holderson, is it? Also, in the house, they found a roll of duct tape. Guess what? They were able to match that to the duct tape that was found on the tarp. Yep. Not looking good. So then, what else happened? Later in the day, we had the the chief medical examiner. She came in and testified to the autopsy of Krista Holderson. Now, this, if you don't want to listen, I understand. But so she had to go out. She was called when they found the body parts. She was called to go out to the scene. It's a state park underneath this gorgeous tree in a couple of different areas. In one area was the left thigh, the left foot, and the right leg. So the entire right leg, the left foot, three different parts, the left foot and the left thigh. Then in another area under the tree was the left knee. So she testified when you put the three parts together, the thigh, the knee, the foot, they matched perfectly. So all from the same body. So obviously she knew what was going on with Brett Holderson being found, the torso being found. So they had known DNA for Krista Holderson, and of course she tested each of those parts, and it was Krista Holderson. She was not able to establish a cause of death. She said there was lots of blunt force. Hold on. Blunt force and sharp force. So in other words, sharp force would be sawing. Yes. And blunt force means some of the bones looked like they had just been broken. All of that happened post-mortem. None of that happened before she died because there was no hemorrhagic activity that she could find. So based on that, she was not able to establish a cause of death. But based on the totality of everything that was going on with Brett Holderson, and she said that the manner of death was homicide. So the defense kind of challenged that a little bit. Well, how do you get to homicide if you can't establish a cause of death based on what you're seeing there? And she's like, listen, I can't think of any other reason why these body parts would be in a state park if someone died a natural death. Yeah, no. Which, in other words, these legs just didn't walk away from the body, did they? No. Okay. So, very, very interesting. Then we get the testimony of Chandler's friend. Yes, who gifted him that rifle that was found in the barn. So this was an interesting character, this guy. He had been in the Army, I want to say. It wasn't the Air Force. I want to say it was the Army. And he had this weird affect to him. So they met when this guy was stationed in Germany, and he was playing video games, and he was asked. He had these weird responses. Like, so the prosecutor asked him, "Well, where in Germany were you?" And he goes, "BFE." I'm like, "Oh my god, seriously?" Okay. So the middle of nowhere. Okay. So, and he says, "So you're no longer in the military, you were discharged." And he's like, "Yeah, something like that." Something like that. Well, as it turns out, they did ask him to go into a bit more detail, and he said that he had been in some sort of an accident where he sustained a head injury, and he was medically discharged. But he became friends with Chandler through this first-person shooter game, and he went through the initials of the game real fast, and I didn't recognize it because I love video games, but not first-person shooters. Never enjoyed first-person shooters. I'm more of an MMO type person, like multiplayer on, like I like well, first-person shooters are multiplayer too, but not the way anyway. I digress. I just love video games. So, first person shooter. So he met him and they became fast friends. They would meet up every single day and they would play this game together and talk, and and it was never, he didn't mention any talk about the parents. But Chandler, when he would play this game, had an affinity for this certain type of weapon. And some of these weapons are based on real life weapons. And they mentioned the name of the weapon, and I apologize, I didn't write it down. But so when he gets out of the military, he buys Chandler this weapon. Now, he had already checked to see what Chandler's parents' thoughts were on guns, and they knew that guns were, even though they weren't all for guns, they knew that, guns had a place and they were necessary and blah, blah, blah. So he's married, this guy. So his wife decides she's going to go visit relatives or something. So he decides, I'm going to go visit Chandler. This is after he gets back to the States. So he goes to visit Chandler and stays with him for a few days in the basement of the family home. And he gifts him this rifle. Same one that was found in the barn that matched the bullets in the torso of the body. Yeah. So as they're conversing more and more about this rifle, some of the comments he said was he hated to see his friend go down for something he didn't do. And that's why he was helping him. I don't know. And then it kind of got off track when the defense was on cross-examination. She asked him, oh my God, apparently he sells these things. So they talked about the ammunition and all that stuff. And so she asked him, how many of these have you sold? And he looks at her and he goes, I don't think that's any of your damn business. And she goes, okay, no more questions. And the judge just said, okay, next witness. I'm like, oh my God, seriously? This guy was a trip. He was really a trip. So we know how Chandler got the weapon. Apparently, during the visit, they transferred ownership and everything was done legit. So it was Chandler's weapon, gifted to him by his friend, that he used to shoot his father. We know that. Likely, he shot his mother too and then burned the evidence of that in the fireplace. This is such a weird case. Yeah, So weird. So the testimony will continue today. Oh, before they got started yesterday, the judge mentioned that all of the jurors returned. You know, they had taken a week break because the defendant had COVID. All the jurors came back yesterday, except one, who initially, you know, because they were all sent home with kits, test kits, and they all tested themselves. And everybody tested negative initially. Then as it got closer in time to when they were supposed to come back yesterday, this person tested themselves again, not with a home kit, but went and got an actual PCR test, and it was positive. So he has been excused from the jury because they had 6 alternates. So now they only have 5 alternates. So it's okay. Just hope nobody else gets COVID. But the judge felt comfortable proceeding because he was initially negative, you know, closer in time to when he was exposed to the other jurors. And the positive test came several days later without exposure to the jurors, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so I love this judge, by the way. He's really good. He's a very good judge. And he carries himself well, and he's well-spoken, and he doesn't stumble or stammer or try to reach decision. Like, he's very, you know, but not in a mean way or anything. Like, not in a Napoleon, I'm the boss kind of way. Just authoritative. I like it. And sort of has this sort of friendly edge at the same time. Like, you feel like you want to get to know this guy. Like, are you single? Yeah. Got it. Forgot it. We went down that way with the prosecutor in another case, remember? Oh, he was cute. So, hi, Duncan. Good morning. So let's talk about this day in history. In 1999, California passes this cyber-stalking law. And within a few weeks, they arrest this man, Gary Della Pinta. What he had been doing to this woman who had rebuffed his romantic gestures. He worked as a security guard in one of the buildings, and she was not interested. So what he did was he posted ads and put them in on the internet saying that she wanted to be raped. She had a rape fantasy. And he gave them directions to their house, her house. He gave them how to, the code for the lock. I don't know how he knew all this. He gave them the code to get into the house. So within a 5-month period of time, this woman had 6 men show up her door saying, we hear you want to be raped. What? So they went to great pains to catch this guy. And they finally did catch him, and he was arrested and sentenced to 6 years in jail for cyber stalking. That poor woman, oh my God. Like, she posted a sign on her door saying that, you know, the internet ads are not true. I didn't post them. And then he responded by putting up, like, by posting on the internet that was part of her fantasy. Oh my God. This woman couldn't win with him. Yeah. So apparently this happens a lot, you know, so cyber stalking. So they passed this law. You can get up to 7 years in jail for cyber stalking. This was in California. So, yeah. And I couldn't find any information like what happened to him afterwards. The woman went on with her life. Thank God. Yeah. So that's this day in history, guys. Don't forget, tonight is Craft With Me Wednesday. I am going to get out some looms. We're going to check up on the loom knitting that's going on in this house, or not going on. Last night I worked for a little while on my sock. The first sock. And it might be the first sock syndrome, because I feel like I'm going round and round and round, and it's not going anywhere. I feel like it's just so slow. So slow. So I switched to cross stitch. I know, I'm terrible. Yeah, if one craft's not working for you, switch to another. And yesterday, I did the moon here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, it's pretty. I mean, I did it all in glow in the dark. Yeah. So, Here is the moon. Can you see the moon? Yep, it's in glow in the dark. Yeah. Yeah, that might be a bit much. If I don't like it, you know, at the end, I can take it off and do the regular colors or do an A-B or something, but I want it glow in the dark. And I had square glow in the darks from diamondpaintingdrills.com, where I am an affiliate. The link is down in the description where you can order your drills right now. Use the code, follow my link to the site, then use the code #Paris for 10% off your order. Yes. So that's the show for today, guys. Thanks for coming. I hope to see you this afternoon in Craft With Me Wednesday. Take care, everybody. Bye.